after the huge response that I've just had from you guys after the interview with Harry Martindale, I thought I'd better continue showing you some of the interviews that I've had with people over the years. And I'm going to show you an interview with the late John Humphries from the ancient Ram Inn. Some of you may have already seen it on Gloucestershire Ghosts, but for those that you haven't, I thought it would be nice to just put it on and actually also explain a little bit about the Ram Inn and John Humphries and what happened there. Because in my humble opinion, the ancient Ram Inn is one of the most historic ancient buildings in this country, and according to everything that's happened to so many people over so many years, one of the most haunted buildings. And it does really seem to have all the ingredients of a haunted building. I mean, as Longfellow said many, many years ago, all houses wherein men have lived and died are haunted houses. And the number of people that must have lived, loved and died in the Ram Inn over its nearly 1,000 years of existence, it's without going into all the history of it. It's built on ley lines, two cross ley lines, and for those of you that well, most of you will do, but some that don't know what a ley line is, it's an energy line that is there for whatever reason. A lot of them have been laid down by prehistoric man. We are all mentally capable of laying down a ley line, and where two ley lines cross, because they're energy lines, which is what I'm all about with this ghost business. You know, as I've said to you before, I'd like to change the name from ghost to energy, because that's what the whole damn thing's about. But so where you've got two ley lines, energy lines, then you've got double the amount of energy coming out of the earth, which causes paranormal activity, as we call it. And not only that, but apparently it's on an ancient pagan burial site, which again was probably chosen because prehistoric folk knew an awful lot more about the earth's energies than we do. And so I suppose that's why they possibly choose that place as a place for burial. And there are numerous graves literally under the floor at the Ram Inn. I don't think there's a room in the building that hasn't got at least one ghost in it. And to have been allowed to go in there, because I'd been twice, because obviously I did Most Haunted there many, many years ago. But then I went back to do Gloucestershire Ghosts and got to do this incredible interview with Mr. John Humphries, who I think was what was he? Oh gosh, an incredible guy that saved the building. A national hero, if you like, because that building was going to be demolished, and he took it on and saved it without any help, apparently, from councils or anybody else. So he did a fantastic job of preserving it. I don't know whether his ghost is there or not, but I hope poor old John's now at peace, at least. But it really was a fabulous experience for me, to go first time on Most Haunted. And I'll just tell you a little story, because I'm sure an awful lot of you know that something quite awful happened to Stuart Torreville on Most Haunted, when he was literally thrown to the floor in the barn and beaten, pummeled, as he felt like sort of some form of fists. He could feel himself being beaten, which was not good. But the fascinating thing is that I went in the room minutes afterwards and nothing happened to me. Now, I'm not saying that's because nothing happened. I'm saying that something strange happened, because when we arrived at the Ram Inn and we met John, or all of the crew, John warned us. We were outside for quite a while with him, and he warned us about what went on in the building. And he said, I do want you, when you go in, guys, I want all of you to be respectful and to say something like, hello, we come in peace, we come in friendship. Just to allay the fears of those spirits that are still there. And we all went in. I know Stuart went in near the end. And I went in and said, as I normally do, I think it was good morning, spirits. It's a privilege to come to your wonderful place. We come here in respect. We have no fear for you, and I hope you have no fear of us. But I know for a fact that when Stuart went in, he was not quite as... I think he walked in and said something like, hello, my name's Stuart, F you. And so I have a feeling that that's why something quite serious and nasty happened to Stuart, but probably didn't happen to the others on the night. Because I do believe that we do have to show the spirits respect, because as I say so many times, they were once you and me. They were human beings once, and some of them still think they are. And I believe that they should command the same respect as we expect as human beings. And so I think that's why Stuart got what he had that night, which wasn't good, I'll be honest with you. But basically, I'd like you to settle back. You've heard it all before. Turn down the lights, yeah. And watch this quite incredible interview with the late, very great Mr. John Humphries.
Yeah. I'm at Wootton Under Edge, and with me is John, who owns the ancient Ram Inn. Now, in my opinion, this place, A, is one of the most historic places in the country, but also one of the most haunted. It is, isn't it, John? I mean,
Yes,
this is very haunted.
Yeah.
And do things happen to you all the time?
All the time, yes.
Really?
It's on a pagan burial ground. That's why there's children buried underneath this building.
Under that bit there, isn't it? Yeah. And it's also on ley lines, is it not?
Yes, across ley line.
Yeah. Energy.
Yeah.
Will you do me a whistle-stop tour of the
Certainly,
building?
if you'd like to come.
Go on then.
Are you sure you can take it?
Oh, I can take it, but I must tell you something. I don't know whether you know this. My wife came with me, who is the biggest sceptic you'll ever meet.
Is she here now?
No, but she came when we did Most Haunted here,
Right, yeah.
and she had to leave the building.
Did she?
And she's a sceptic. She felt so ill when she got halfway up your stairs,
Well,
she had to come downstairs and couldn't go back in.
this happens all the time.
Now then.
This is the only room that I live in.
Right.
The rest of it is so terribly haunted. I've got a job as ghost hunter can corroborate. I'm not making it up.
Oh, I realise
And
that.
it's such a cold building. I'm not allowed to have central heating because it's 1,000 years old, and English heritage have said I must not have central heating. It would ruin all the timbers. Well, what happened to me last week? Well, here is where I sleep, on a settee.
Yeah.
The incubus, the sex demon, got in bed with me, and I was wrestling with it, and I'm a Christian.
Yes, indeed.
Always next to me is my Bible, and I had to call upon God to get rid of it.
Flipping heck. And did it leave you, John?
Yes.
Did it go?
Yes, it did.
Wow. Because, I mean, an incubus and succubus, they go back into almost ancient mythology as well.
Yeah.
And they are, as John says, sort of sex demons. Incubus is a male,
Yeah.
and succubus is a female.
Well,
That's
it gives me great comfort. When I came out of the RAF after the war, I was going to become a Methodist minister.
Really?
And I've learnt that John Wesley and his brother, who started the Methodist Church in Bristol, was plagued the same as I am. Incubus and succubus and poltergeist.
Poltergeist as well. That's right, in the rectory in Lincolnshire. That's right. Now, you've got a grave through here, haven't you?
Yes.
Which is really quite frightening, to say the least. Okay, now remember, it's through here, isn't it? Now, did you dig this out, John?
No, archaeologists dug it out.
Right.
The first night in the Ram, 40 years ago, my wife and I were in bed here, and my 3 daughters up that end. I was grabbed by the hands and pulled up the bed.
Good grief.
I thought, well, what the hell have I bought for that to happen? So along comes a diviner, water diviner, because of a secret tunnel from the church opposite into the fireplace over there,
Right.
and goes to the abbey.
Mm.
And he investigated this for me here. He said, John, you've got bodies under your bed.
Oh my God.
And here's a photograph here of him.
Oh yes,
on
this is the chap,
actual
is it?
date. No, that one there is
Gosh.
Professor Warren, Professor of Archaeology at Cambridge University,
Yes.
who said this is a major find.
Yes.
And he's called the Gloucester Museum director to come and do more digging.
Right.
But he's never been. Well, there he is, telling me I got bodies. Archaeologists digging under
That's this hole.
yeah.
Wow.
And the bones of 3 children came up,
Yeah.
which the police took away. I've never seen them since.
Yeah.
But the amazing thing that came up with that was broken daggers.
Oh, this.
Yes. Now, when
Yeah,
broken daggers...
sacrificial.
Yes, that's right. Now,
Ah.
in the Bible, I'm not... Please don't think I'm telling you, pushing religion.
No, no.
The first chapter of the Bible, God tests Abraham's faith. Take your son Isaac and sacrifice him.
Yeah.
Halfway up the mountain, because they used to do that sort of thing.
I know they did.
And they even threw their babies on bonfires.
Yeah.
The son says, Dad, here's the knife, here's the fire, here's the wood on my back, where's the ram? Where's the lamb? Because Christ is called the Lamb of God.
Yeah.
And Abraham says, God will provide himself with a lamb on top. Well, he doesn't know he's going to be sacrificed. He ties him up, just about to plunge the dagger into his son, and the angel stops him and says, stop this. And when Abraham turns round, what does he see caught by his horns?
Ram.
A ram.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the name
Ancient
of this place?
Oh,
Don't you find that spooky?
Yes, yes, indeed. Yeah. But so you believe that the children that were down here were actually sacrificed?
There's a lot more children under here to be dug up.
Oh my gosh.
Everywhere, children.
Wow. Now, there's more through here, isn't there?
Yes.
Yeah. Lead on.
Now, where this basket is,
Yeah.
a puddle keeps occurring, and
Yeah.
I couldn't. I was always fascinated by this puddle.
Yeah.
But along comes. I'm not sure if it's the same diviner, but they said you've got a body there.
Oh.
This is the blue lady who was murdered in here by highwaymen
Yes.
200 years ago.
Yeah.
And she's appeared 4 times over the last 6 months, immediately above there, where she has always been seen for 200 years. And I've
Agreed.
seen her.
Now, you know when this used to be an inn?
Yeah.
Obviously it was the ancient Ram Inn. Did people report ghostly goings on?
I'm sure they did, but I
Oh, you
didn't
weren't
get
here
to
then,
know.
of course.
It was shut when I bought it.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I never knew it was a pub.
Right. Have you seen the Blue Lady?
Yes.
Oh, gosh. This is amazing, isn't it? Hey, what about through there? More?
Right, this room is called the men's kitchen, by the way,
Yeah.
because the carpenters and masons who built the church you see today ate and drank in here, and that's why the bishops of Gloucester bless it.
Good Lord.
The American flag's flying here because the most famous of all the Pilgrim Fathers and the owner of the Mayflower were Wootton Under Edge men.
Good grief.
That's where the drink was served.
Yes, yeah.
Do you want me to
And
say
then
that?
through here's a bar, isn't it, John?
Yes.
It used to be the bar, is that right? Oh, Mayflower Barn.
The barn,
Yeah.
I call it the Mayflower Barn in memory of Stephen Hopkins. Now, up the top end there is where orbs last week appeared in the floor, which
Yeah.
I've never seen before. Dear little orbs flashing about. That's children.
Literally in the floor.
Buried. This is full of children. And it's waiting to be dug up by the Bristol archaeological people.
Wow.
This is a cellar here.
Under there?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Now tell me, the most haunted part, to be honest with you.
Every part's haunted.
Oh, yeah, but isn't the worst bit the bedrooms upstairs? The
Bishop's room. 9 people, to my knowledge, have had to be exorcised after a night in there. And the last one was the time a Cora.
Oh, when Derek Accord
Yeah,
came here?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Can we have a look at that?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Great.
Here's where the ghost appears on the stairs and throws people up.
Not down?
No,
Up.
always up. And there's the people who took it.
Yeah.
There's John Wesley's haunted picture there.
Oh, yes. Yes, I'd forgotten about that. Yeah. Look at the stairs, though. Aren't they amazing? I see you've got your ram here.
Yeah.
This is beautiful, isn't it, in here? What a lovely room.
Well, this is the witch's room. She appears on the bed here. I've seen her with cats and dogs that pee on the bed, you see.
Oh, yeah.
And also she stands there, and a crippled girl appears here and waves to passers-by.
Really? From people see her out when they're
Yeah.
outside?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
You might be interested to know that Poldark, some of Poldark was filmed here.
Oh yes, yes indeed. I remember that. I used to watch that. Fantastic
Did you
programme.
make it in? Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Well.
I said to the BBC, hang on, this is supposed to be Cornwall. And they said, what, the weather in Cornwall?
And through to the Bishop's
Yeah.
room.
I'll show you something here which is absolutely unique.
Where's my
You
glasses?
see the scratch marks in here?
Yes.
That is the oldest game in the world, called Nine Men's Morris. The builders of the churches used to play on that game.
Yes.
Now Gloucester Cathedral have one, and they've been telling everybody, we have the only game.
Yeah.
So I went to see them recently. I said, you got this game? Oh yes, we're very proud.
Yeah.
You show it to me. I said, how old is your game? They said 1300. I said, well, I got news for you. You're not the only one. If you come to my place, you'll see another one. And mine's 200 years older than yours.
Good
1100, that is.
Isn't that amazing?
All the stonework came from the Abbey. Now,
Right.
would you believe, have you heard of Sir Arthur Evans, Dame Joan Evans
Yes.
of
Yeah.
Knossos?
Yeah.
Dame Joan Evans was my good friend. Her brother was Sir Arthur Evans, who saved Knossos on Crete.
Good grief.
And had they known that game was there,
Yes.
this building would never ever want for money to save it, because I get nothing.
No.
English heretics don't give a damn for it.
Never mind, you're not doing so bad. You're certainly telling your story, aren't you?
This wall here is 1,000 years old, according to the experts.
Look at the old wattle and daubs. from
Yes.
there. Wow.
My first deeds are in Norman French.
Good grief.
Old Norman French, dating back to William the Conqueror. There's a clock there where a face appears.
What?
in
On
the
the
clock.
face of
Yeah,
the clock?
I got a photograph of that.
Good grief. And the Bishop's room, if I remember,
Here.
is just here on the right-hand side.
Right. Now what we have to do here, we have to get permission to go in here.
Right.
Is there anyone here? Is there anyone here? Is there anyone here? What's been happening here all the time I've been here is this. I'm
Good
the only one in the
God.
building, and it's ruined the lock.
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
come with your camera, please, up here. I want you
God,
to
blimey.
film in there as soon as the door opens, and hopefully you should be getting lots of orbs. Get right up close to the door.
Ready?
Stay there a minute and see what their camera catches. Most fearsome room. You'll notice stab marks in the beds. That's where devil worshippers are coming here and stabbing the beds. Look at everywhere.
Yeah.
Now, if you look up the chimney, I put that there for people to kneel on.
Yeah.
There's a hole up there.
Yeah, that's what. Oh yes, just here on the left.
What I found there 40 years ago when I unblocked it was a little round block of wood,
Yes.
like that thick, with a piece cut out and one nail. That's witchcraft.
Oh, yeah.
And witchcraft are very strong here. There's witch covens all round Wootton Under Edge and in this area.
Really?
But the most frightening thing, that was resting on a dear little horseshoe.
Yes.
And that is devil worship.
Have you still got it?
Yes.
Have you really?
I can show it to you when we go down.
Oh
if you
yeah.
like.
Well, I'd love to see that.
Right.
Now tell me what happens, because I know people spend the night here. You get ghost hunters coming here.
Yeah.
What sort of things happen?
In the
to people
corner
in
where
here?
the dressing table is,
Yeah.
that is where a cavalier appears. Now, in the reign of Charles I and Cromwell came and stayed on top of the hill, and the king's forces here, big battles took place. There was Berkeley Castle, where you're
Yes,
going,
indeed. Yeah.
Beverston Castle,
Mm-hmm.
Gloucester City, Bristol, all very strong big battles around here. One of them died in there, and that's where his ghost appears.
Good
Here,
Lord.
2 monks appear, walking up and down,
Yeah.
with arms folded, and they walk through the corner here, where
Yes.
there's a blocked up priest hole.
Oh, indeed. As you can see here, where
Yeah.
yes, indeed. And that was a priest hole.
Yeah.
So do you think one of them, perhaps, or they both died in
there
there? Or...
there could be somebody
up-
blocked up in there, for all I know.
Oh boy! Do you know, John? I kid you not. You know, you deserve a medal.
Oh,
I
thank
really
you.
mean it for 40 years of taking this place over and preserving it, because this place is actually full of English history.
It is.
And without history and ghosts, there is nothing. Ghosts and history go together.
That's right. Ever since Adam and Eve, there must
Yeah,
have been ghosts.
yeah. This place, in my opinion, is an absolute institution. And you, sir, you've done a fantastic job preserving
One
it
more thing
for the
to
nation.
show you is the roof. Now, when historical people come here, they go raving mad over my roof. It's supposed to be the oldest roof in Britain.
Well,
and
come
see
on, then,
that.
show me.
Now,
Look at the door. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
I know.
Absolutely amazing.
These stairs are 1,000 years old. They were in the Abbey, Kingswood Abbey.
Really? Oh, yes.
Mind your head here.
Okay.
Now, when the camera comes,
Yeah.
it wants to stop here where I am and film that roof.
Okay. Look at that. Keep coming, Wills, and if you sort of a bit farther up and then film that, absolutely incredible. Look at that. Medieval, isn't it?
Yeah, historians come here just to see the roof. and
Oh,
they
I'm
go,
sure.
Go in raptures over it.
Yeah. Absolutely amazing.
And
And this place was due for demolition,
That's
wasn't it,
right,
John?
they were just going to knock it down.
And you've saved it.
I honestly feel I was born to save it.
Yeah. John, thank you so much for showing me around. And thank you from everyone for preserving the place.
Right.
You're a gentleman. Well done. Thank you very much indeed.